Hello and welcome to the Membership Software Academy. My name is John Hoffman. I'm the owner of OmniSecure. In this video, I'm going to show you how to easily create a WordPress membership site. Now, the first thing you're going to need is obviously a web server. So just make sure it's a Linux-based web server with Apache, MySQL, and PHP. The second thing you're going to need is a copy of WordPress and have that installed on your server. If you're not sure how, there are many videos that will show you how to get it installed. And last but not least, you will need a PHP-based membership software. In this case, we're going to be using OmniSecure, which is my system. So I'm going to assume that you have the first two things done, that you have a server and you already have WordPress already installed. So basically, I'm just going to show you how easy it is to use our software to get a membership site going with WordPress. So here we are in WordPress. This is a test WordPress that I'm using for demonstration purposes, and as you can see, I'm on the Pages tab here, and you can see there's all the pages on the website, and this is just to mimic our main website, the basic pages that we have, just so we can show you how the features work for the membership software. So if I go here, this is the actual website. There's really nothing on it. Again, it's just a test. So we're going to start by going to OmniSecure. This is the login screen for the administrative side of OmniSecure. So let's log in here. And you can see this is our main dashboard. Again, this is filled with a bunch of just, fake statistics. Again, this is for testing purposes. So the main thing when it comes to membership software and managing users and pricing, whatever it is you're going to sell, whether it's digital or physical product or service, you're going to use groups to handle most of those things. So these are permissions. So currently, if I click on Manage Groups, I have Test Group and Members Group. So in this case, let's go ahead and just create another group so we can show you how this works. This one I'm going to call it Test 2. And you can get a description, whatever you want. Now, you'll notice at the top, you have lifetime, limited, and auto renewal, recurring. So if this is a one-time fee of X dollars, you can keep it on this and they get lifetime membership. So let's assume this is not. Let's assume it's a monthly cost for the customer you're selling to. So let's say the price itself is going to be $50 a month. So as I scroll through here, you're going to see options as subscription email, renewal email. These are all emails that you can add in here. So right now we have, just a bunch of test stuff in here that we could choose from that actually has the actual email itself in HTML. And we can get to this part later. These are all canned emails that you can set up that automatically go out. So that's upon when they, first register. If they renew, they're going to get an email every month or whatever you set it to. So in this case, you're going to also see required and remove groups. So this is a little more advanced. This is like if you have bronze, silver, and gold, and they're jumping from bronze to silver. It'll say, okay, you have to have bronze before you can jump to silver. So you only use this if if they're going to a next level and you have a scenario where that's needed. Normally, you won't be using this. So down here is a little more advanced feature as well. This is a drip feed feature where you can select a service. Again, it's filled with a bunch of gibberish, but you can get the idea. You can add certain things here that they get on certain days. So the first week they get something, second, third, fourth, or fourth day, however you want to set that up. And here you're going to see the US dollar currency. Currently we have these options here. And then you can also have a trial amount. So let's say you have a trial for $1, and then you want them to sign up for $1, and then they come back, and if they like it, they keep it, and then you can continue to build them, for the regular period after that. So the trial period length would be, let's say, 1 day or whatever, 7 days. The regular period rate would be, $50. So the trial amount would be $1. Regular period length, that's going to be, let's say it's monthly, it's going to be, 30 days. And you're going to check off recurring billing. And this is only if you want to, charge a credit card a certain amount of times. If it's continuous, just leave it blank. It goes on until they decide to unsubscribe. And that's really it for the group. Once you set all these things up here, you're just going to save this, create new group. So as you can see here, we have our new Test 2 group at $50 a month. So this is just to give you a quick run through how you would create a group. You can create as many as you want for as many different products as you want. So now let's assume that this particular product or service that we're offering, membership, access to a special page or a special course or whatever it is you're selling. Now let's assume we're going to grab this and protect, a page on the WordPress site that represents this group. So you're probably wondering how WordPress itself was integrated into Omnisecure, so we're going to run you through the plugins real quick. So you can see the first plugin currently installed is WordPress. So if I click this configure button, you're going to notice there's a few fields you have to fill in to integrate. So it's basically just your database name, username, password, so that OSS can access your WordPress. And then here we also have PayPal, PayPal Pro, just for, again, example purposes, so we can run through a test, purchase, and things like that. So let me jump back over here to WordPress. You notice I already have a test page here already. So let me go ahead and just make another, for the sake of the demonstration here, let me make another test page. Let's call it test 2, the same as a group. We're going to publish that. And let's go back to pages. Okay, so you notice now we have a test 2 page. So if I jump over here, refresh, we have a test 2 page here now. So if I click on it, you notice it just has a broken template from some example information we have there. So let me go back. So basically this page here is just created. What we want to do now is pretend that this is your actual page where you're going to have the product that the people are going to have access to once they purchase it. They'll have access to this page. So to protect that, it's very simple. So we're going back here. All we're doing is enabling WordPress. So all these plugins are already pre-installed within our system. So you're just going here, you're clicking install, clicking configure button, add in the information, you're done, you save it. Once that's done, you'll notice under the protect tab there's going to be a protect WordPress page option. You're going to click on that. And you're going to notice that this page itself is a mirror image of all the pages on WordPress, including the test 2 page we just added. So this was not here before. When I added this in the WordPress side, when this was added, this was just now added by itself. So now if I want to protect this, I'm going to click the little icon right here, and I'm going to click on the test 2. So this means that this folder, to access this particular page or folder, because we also have folder protection, but in this case it's a WordPress page, that you must have the test 2 group, meaning that you purchased, the monthly subscription, and now you have the test 2 group when you log in. So this means that any user that logs in must have this group, or else they'll be denied access. And then this will be secondary authorization. Again, it's full gibberish because we're just doing tests right now. We're not using this feature. We'll come back to this later. I'll show you how that works. But for now, we're simply protecting the test 2 page and saying that you also need a test 2 group in order to access this page. So I'm going to click protect page. Now you'll notice it says protected, a little trash can here in case you want to remove the protection later. So let's go back here. I'm going to refresh the page again. Now I'm going to click on test 2. Let's see what happens. Look at that. So now we have, again, this is just cookies here, so don't worry about that. So we have this page is now fully protected through Omnisecure. So now I want to give you a quick run through on how you would create a registration form to get the sale, the order, and the creation of the permissions, and how that process would be when they actually sign up. So if you come back here and we go to forms, sign up, manage forms, you can see we have a whole bunch of options here. Squeeze page, right now we're just using the regular form, and currently we have these examples here. Again, let's go ahead and create a new one. We're going to call it again test 2. And here's if you already have templates made. Currently it's on default. So group availability. So let's say we're selling test 2 only for $50 a month. So again, if you were selling multiple subscriptions, gold, bronze, silver, you'd add multiple ones over here. But for now, for this example, let's just add this one. Then you can add other additional things there, as I showed you earlier. And then multiple groups, if you enable this, this means that they can purchase multiple things at the same time. That means that the bullets will turn into checkboxes, and they can actually purchase multiple things, and it'll be all added up for you, and they can basically check out that way and purchase. Enable email verification is important for, you know, if you have a lead generation form, you're only collecting first name, last name, email, you know, or just first name, email, then this is an area where you would want to enable email verification because you don't want a bunch of junk email. So in this case, since we're doing an actual purchase form, you know, we're going to disable this, but I just want you to see all the different options, you know, that are enabled if you do enable this. So for now, let's just disable that. And then, of course, you're going to want to be able to set the delimiter for the character links, you know, like 8 characters for your username, 8 characters for the password, you know, minimum. And then here's the terms and agreement checkbox that you'd want to use also, you know, for people to agree for that purchase. And then here is basically where it's going to redirect to once the purchase is made. So if the payment's successful, it's going to go to a thank you page of some sort or wherever you want to go after that, and then they can log in. The use CAPTCHA, you would enable this if, again, you're using, you know, you want to make sure people aren't sending bots to your website. You want to make sure it's a real human. You know, you would enable CAPTCHA so that they type in the actual image number, alphanumeric number that's on the image. So again, here we have more email settings that can go out as soon as they purchase or sign up. You can choose an email here, like I showed you earlier. Just choose one there, save it there. So the second they sign up, they're getting the email, and they go from there. So let's just hit create new form here. So here's the form that we just created right here, test 2, and you'll notice here there's some few options on the side. Edit design would be the template itself, like I showed you earlier. You can actually edit the template so it looks like your website, so you can make it look as professional as you want. And then over here you can see edit fields, and then edit form, which is the settings of the form itself. So for now we're going to look at edit fields. This is very important here because the username itself is something that either you can ask for separately, like you can ask for username and password and then email, or what most people do nowadays is they like to just use the email because it's a perfect unique identifier and you don't have to remember a separate username. So if you want to do that, you just come down right here and there's an option that says use email address as username. Check that off. And then once you save that, this field pretty much goes invisible, and then it goes with the username as, the email as a username. And then you have other options here, assuming, let's say you never check this off, you do want a username, you have other options here where the user can edit it in the user profile area. They can actually edit their username. It has to be unique. It's a required field, display and profile. So you have all these different options here per field that you can edit, you know, so you can have a very custom, you know, type form that has specific options for each thing. This option here, compare data set, it's a more advanced feature where you basically paste in data set for, let's say, if you want to accept a certain number or type of answer, like if you have a form that the people have to know a certain code or something like that, you can add that data here, and if they get it right, then they can sign up. If they don't get it right, then they can't. So that's like another, you know, a little more advanced feature if you need that type of option. So for now, we're disabling that. We're going to update this so that only emails are basically going to be showed. Emails going to be used for the username. And then these fields can be moved up and down with these little arrows here. So let's say for now I just want to add an age field. I want to know the customer's age. I'll make that required. I'm going to select that as a text field. So all you're doing is just typing in their age. So the field size, you know, just do, you know, like 10. Oops, yeah, 10. Default value, let's ignore that for now. hide on sign up form. That's if you want to hide it for whatever reason and have a hidden field. Let's add that. So now we have age. And then let's add another one that's a little different. Let's say we know what state they're from. And we'll come down here. So again, we have all these options here. Text field, text area. If you want to be a wide area, they can type in notes or whatever. Or summary if you want them to. Drop down list, you can create your own drop down list. Numeric, radio, checkboxes. So we're going to pick US state picker list. You can enable live search and all that kind of stuff. So let's just add that. So now it's first name, last name, age, and state. So again, we can move these around however we want. So for now, just leave them like that. And let's go back here. And then again, here's the form we just made. We edited the fields. Now let's edit the actual form itself. So again, we can pick a template if we have one. This one, we already set the test to as we saw before. So everything is set here. Now, once you're done adding the fields like you saw earlier, and you're done, doing the design work, if you want to add a different design or whatever, then you're going to come back here to this edit form page, and then you're going to click right here, generate sign up form code. So this is going to be the actual code. You're simply going to just, copy this. You're going to right click copy, and then you're simply going to paste it to Notepad. So basically all you're doing is just copy and paste in Notepad, and you're just going to do file save as and call it whatever you want .php. Just make sure it has a .php extension. So normally call it signup.php, signuptest.php, whatever you want to call it. And once you're done there, you're going to upload that to your server. You're just going to use any regular FTP program like FileZilla. You're just going to upload it to your public area of your server. And when you do that, here's basically what's going to look like. So again, if it's a very generic form, it's our basic template. You can change it however you want. All this text, everything can be changeable however you want to do it. So you're going to notice here, subscription for test 2 is $0. I went ahead and made it free just so we can do the demonstration easier. So it's $0 for the first 7 days, and it's $50 for every 30 days after the 7 days. So if they don't cancel, then the credit card will be charged the $50 per month after the 7 days. So, and you can see here we have the PayPal's enabled. You saw on the plugin list earlier we had PayPal enabled. So any merchant you have enabled in the plugins area that you saw earlier over here, any merchant you have enabled here will show up here. So if you have PayPal and you have CC Bill and you have to checkout or whatever, it'll show all those options there. They can choose which one they want to use. And I just want to show you also in real time how we can change this very quickly. So let's say we don't like the position of email, it's below password, doesn't make sense. We run back over here. We go back to sign up form. We go back to edit fields. This is where we were earlier. So we're going to move this up, the email field above that. And then it's done, it's saved. So we come back here, you just hit refresh. You're going to see email is now above password and all that, so we can rearrange all this however we want to. And remember before we added the state picker here. So these are all, it's a very basic form for now, but you can easily go in again, like I said earlier, you can change the template however you want to do, and you can integrate this form to your website itself to make it look like it's part of your website. So that's all up to you. So I just wanted to show you how quickly you can get monetized on your website. One real quick detail I forgot to mention earlier, since we're going through this so quickly, was that each one of these forms, have real-time detection of whether or not, the person's actually typing in the correct data. So if I were to email and type in test, you'll notice that when I click away from it, it'll automatically check it and see if it's the right actual format. So before they can fill, normal forms, they fill out the entire field and they click submit or sign up, and then at that point they realize, oh, you have this wrong or that wrong, and it's just a nightmare. So our forms are, done individually per field to make sure the person filling it out, has the right information, as they go on. So at the end, they don't find out they go back and change a bunch of stuff. So that's another little tiny detail. So the thing is, I just want you, to see a really quick overview of how our software and WordPress works together to instantly create, a professional integration that will provide you with a membership site that is, top-notch, robust, that pretty much you can change anything on the fly. Also we provide, customization. If you want to customize certain features that no one else has, we can customize your particular, version of the software. And also, I want to really implore you to go out and check out our free trial. If you go to our website, you'll notice we're probably one of the only companies out there of membership software that actually will install it for you for free, ourselves. Normally you have to buy the software and then the installation is probably going to be a separate cost. But you could do, you can have us install it for you, or you can download it yourself and then, download the software yourself and then install it yourself if you're already familiar how to do it. But either way, we'll help you get it going for free. We want to help you get started on your journey and help you scale up, once you're ready to expand your business, which we have done for many clients in the past. And I also want to stress that we have live chat and phone support as well as free consultation. So currently I'm doing this video on a weekend, so that's why the chat is offline, but we are available Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Central Time. So, anytime if you want to ask a question or have a problem or anything, just let us know through live chat or through the phone or through email. We're there to definitely help you out when you need it. I also wanted to show you really quickly an example of a client. For example, this client here I know very well. His website is about learning how to run smart. So it's runsmart.com. So he is doing both membership and physical products. So I just want to run you through his website real quick. So I'm going to click on this button here to learn more. And then you'll notice there's a video here. So if I want to get started, I'm just skipping through really quick. So you noticed earlier that, I showed you the example of the $1. So if you have a trial for $1, that's the kind of excuse for you to get the credit card or the PayPal, from the client. So when the time comes in this current example, it's 2 weeks. So in 2 weeks, if they don't cancel, it's going to charge them $15 a month. So after that, the ideal package that he's offering is this annual 119, or for 2-year 199. So if you'll notice, if I click on get started on any of these, it'll go to this form, and you'll see that this form is very familiar from the form we saw earlier. So you'll see that you can modify it to your own, however you want to set it up. In this case, it looks very nice. And this is just the example of the membership part. So if I want to show you, he's also using the shopping cart part of our software. If you click on shop up here, you'll notice he has these physical packages that he sells as well. Oops, it actually went up. These physical packages here that actually he sells on top of the membership. And all this is being controlled through OmniSecure. So you have everything under one umbrella, under one roof. And if you had multiple domains, if you had multiple businesses, you can actually run all those multiple domains through OmniSecure all at the same time through one installation. You don't have to install separate copies of our software. You can have one single installation that can handle 10, 20, 30 different websites all individually, but under one roof. That's easily manageable for you. So that's pretty much a very quick explanation of what can be done with a membership site and using our software and WordPress all combined together. So there's a lot of power there. Definitely want you to come to our website, check it out, try a free trial. We'll get you going. Before I end this video, I wanted to explain something about WordPress itself as being a CMS, a content management system, to where you can have many plugins doing many different things for your themes and your menus and tables and the million different things you can add to WordPress. So I wanted to talk about other membership plugins that are for WordPress. So when you add it to WordPress, it's added as a plugin. Now the thing is, WordPress is, it's a massive, great system. But the thing is, the more plugins you add to it, especially a system like a membership system, which is meant to be its own, you kind of leave WordPress open for, attack on, maybe hacker attacks or things like that, to where you have so many plugins, there's many ways to get into your system and compromise it. So I believe that the best way, especially to keep your membership side that deals with protecting your content and monetizing your content, to have a separate system for that that integrates with WordPress. And I believe our system can fill that void from, being able to easily manage the website side, which is the WordPress side, and then your members and how your product is sold and managed through the membership side. But I also want to really stress that we currently do not charge a per month fee. When you buy our software, like if I go to my pricing page here, if you buy our software, you only pay a one-time fee and you own the software for life. And if you buy the pro version, then you can upgrade to the deluxe version later. You just pay the difference and so on. So we don't actually, do the monthly lease, fee, because when you're leasing software, you have to rely on another server, and on top of that, you can't really customize it. It's like it's your own. With ours, you basically have it on your server. You own it for life, and you can customize it however you want, and you can scale up and grow with it as your business, expands. So, in closing, I also want to mention that we do have training videos on our website that can walk you through a lot of these different things we went through, and in detail. So we just, again, just scratch the surface, but it gives you a full idea of how you can easily get your membership website going, and then all the little details can be filled in after that. So I hope you found this video informative and inspiring. So come check us out at omnisecure.com.